In this video, we'll see how we can able to generate IEC 650 MMS GOOSE Protocol traffic using a SCL file with IEDScout. To start with, in my setup, I have two different PCs connected to one of the small switch. So I can able to start IEDScout from my laptop. So it's important to assign the IP address that is available in your SCL file to the network adapter if you are using the PC license of IEDScout. So in this case, the configuration option enables us to choose the right access point where I have connected my PC. So here I have added one more IP address on my adapter. So you can able to also reach the network adapter setting. You can able to see the additional IP address which has been added to the network adapter. For example, this is my network adapter where I have added the 192.168.10.161 is the IED IP address that we're going to simulate. So this is the same adapter which I have chose already. So I can able to select directly the simulate IED option. I can able to pick the exported SCL file. The SCL file can be exported from IED configuration tool or system configuration tool, and you can also able to download from the real IED by discovering from IEDScout. So to create a traffic for different scenarios, so you need an SCL file. So once you are able to import, so you can able to pick the IED that you wanted to simulate. So in my case, I will pick this IED. So it will automatically move to the simulator section. And I can able to see the IED which I have loaded, basically the SCL file into the IEDScout having goose control block, also the report control block, different set of report control block, both buffered and unbuffered. And it also have data sets and the data model as well. So you can able to just start the simulation. So here you can able to pick the IP address that has been assigned to the adapter, and you can also have the flexibility to simulate with Goose simulation and test flag enabled. So this is a test environment, so I can able to uncheck and then start simulating it. So I have simulated the SCL file. So basically now we could able to discover the IED from another PC. You can able to just start the IEDScout application from another PC where you connected to the same network. So here you can able to maximize the screen. You can able to go to the configuration section. In the configuration section, you can able to pick the right adapter where you're connected to the network. So here you can able to go to the sniffer. You can able to start the sniffer and then come back to the browser. So you can able to just select the Discover IED option and provide the IP address of the IED that we have simulated from another PC. 192.168.10.161 is the IP address that we have simulated from another PC. So we are basically discovering the IED that we have simulated. You can able to see the traffic from the beginning, from the client PC, what exactly we are trying to do. So this is how in the real environment, when there is a 650 server available in the network, and when we have the SCADA system, the MMS client or gateway client, it will try to associate the MMS server from the client. So we can basically see the request and response from source to destination, and you can able to also see next request is the logical device directory. So get the server directory, which is another ASCII model from the MMS. So these are the different logical device that are part of the simulated IED. And further, another request, get the logical device directory. Under each logical device, there are so many logical nodes and the data attributes. Under the logical node, data objects. So everything we can able to see clearly. And further, once it's collected all the logical device directory, and another type of request goes from the client application. So there are so many different type of logical device, the logical node under the logical device, and the data object, data attributes. Further, the data set, also the goose control block, then the setting group control block, buffer report control block, unbuffer report control block, and the trigger options. The configuration will be enabled one by one in the different type of client. So we can also try to get all different type of request and response that we can able to do. For example, in case of goose message in the real environment, we can able to expand from the client application. So when we are able to discover the IED from another PC using IEDScout, so the IEDScout is now acting as a 650 client, and we can also able to use IEDScout as a Goose subscriber. So you can able to select the Goose control block in the IED navigation menu, and then you can able to select the subscribe Goose option under the IED group category. So here you can able to see the goose message will be subscribed. So you can able to see the goose message was received. So there is a retransmission strategy for goose control block. So we could able to see also the goose message has been subscribed. You can also see the retransmitted goose message in the network also available in the IEDScout sniffer window. And further, what we can able to do, we can able to enable the reports in order to get all different type of signal part of the report control block and the connected data set for the specific report control block. So we can able to enable one of the instance. For example, I'll just enable this report control block, and then I can also enable the different optional field. I can also perform the general integration to get all the signals. Then I can able to go further another type of report control block instance, and then I can also directly perform the general integration so that I can able to get the request response for the different type of report control block. And I can able to go further here. There are so many different type of report control block. Similarly, I can able to enable one by one, and I can able to even send the control command from the client application. So I can able to just go to the data model, expand the control. And there are so many different type of logical nodes. So you can able to select one of the controllable logical node. So you can able to expand the data object, which is controllable one. You can able to see the control model, which is having the SBO NL security control model. And I can able to just select the data object and change the position from false to true. And I have operator circuit breaker. This is also one of the traffic, so we basically perform the control operation. So for this also we can able to enable the reports for data change. So can able to, so the position is part of this particular report control block, and we can also able to enable, and it's also already send the reports here, so can able to also see at this level. And let's change another state change. So let me open the circuit breaker from true to false. So there will be a data change, and we could able to also see the different trigger options. So like the data change before we perform the general integration, and we can also able to change the ID mode to also get the quality change trigger option should work. For example, I'll go to the LT0, LLN0. So I'll try to change the mode. So before we perform the control command with select before operate for the circuit breaker. So this time we're gonna execute the control command with different control model. So that's a direct control with normal security. So I can able to change the IED normal behavior to test behavior. So you can able to see in the sniffer there is a quality change trigger option. You can able to see there is a quality change. So the test quality is true for the attribute that are part of the report. So this is how we can able to simulate an ID using SCL file with IEDScout, and we can able to collect the traffic with two different PCs. So I can able to just select or stop the sniffer. I can able to select one of the message, and I can able to press Ctrl A, and you can able to export all the messages. For example, you can able to export all the messages in a PCAP file format. You can able to just export, and then the PCAP file. So you can able to export here in the desktop, for example, here. And the exported PCAP file can be, so I will copy here, then come back. So I don't have Wireshark here. Can able to paste in one of the folder. So this captured file can able to open in Wireshark. So the same file can be imported into the pickup layer. You can able to simulate the real traffic. So you can able to find the different protocols like the MMS traffic. Also so it start from the association, and then the data model discovery, the logical device, logical node, data object, data attributes, and then further enabling the different type of report control block, and then the trigger option, and all these informations are part of the pickup that we captured. So similarly, we can able to also see the goose messages. So all the different type of goose messages also part of the simulated traffic. So the same pickup can be used in the different pickup simulator, so like the Colasoft packet player can be also used from the Windows operating system to simulate the pickup traffic for the IEC 650 client and server. So there is another method. You can also use it when there is no two different PC with you. So you can able to just, I will just close the browser connection. So I'll go offline here. You can also completely can able to use the filter as well. So here you can able to focus on specific IED by enabling the filter, and you can also able to uncheck the goose in case if you would like to focus on the client server connection. If you want to focus only on the reports, you can able to uncheck the client server, and you can able to only enable the reports. What are the different type of reports and the trigger options are enabled. So you can able to see the different type of trigger option, which basically trigger the report for different scenarios. I will close the IEDScout from another PC. So I will also disconnect the remote connection. I'll close the Wireshark. I'll come back to my PC. And what I can also do is I can able to stop the simulation, close the IED, can able to close the IEDScout as well. I can able to go to my PC. In case if you have single PC and still you would like to try the simulation, that's also possible. So in that case, I can able to go to the property, then I can able to go for the IPv4, then go to the advanced setting. So I remove the IP address for the physical adapter that I have really connected to my network. So what I can do instead, I can able to add the IP address of my SCL file that I wanted to simulate into the loopback adapter. So I can able to go to the IPv4 setting, can able to provide the static IP address on my loopback Microsoft adapter. So 192.168.10.161. Then I can able to say OK here. I can able to close the browser, and I can start IEDScout. Meantime, I can also able to start Wireshark as well. So we'll also able to understand the packet capture provision. So the point is in the IEDScout, we need to pick the right adapter. So when you are having single PC, would like to capture the protocol traffic, you can able to pick the loopback adapter. So in my case, I will pick the loopback adapter. So this one, I added the IP address of the IED, which is in the SCL file, and I apply to the IEDScout configuration tab. And further, I can able to go to the simulate IED option. There I can able to import the SCD file where I have the IED that I wanted to simulate. And next, I can go to the Wireshark. I can able to select the adapter for loopback traffic capture. So here I can able to apply the MMS protocol as a filter. I can able to just select the start option under the simulator section. Here I can able to pick the IP address again. I can able to use default port. I can also enable the goose with simulation flag and without simulation flag. This is a local host simulation anyhow. So I can able to go back to the browser section. So the IEDScout can be used as an MMS server, also Goose publisher. At the same time, in parallel, you can able to get the benefit of MMS client and Goose subscription of the control block that you basically simulating it for Goose. And the MMS client completely able to discover, and as usual, you can able to do all the different type of report enabling control commands. So I can able to just provide the IP address that I have simulated, and I can able to discover So here you can able to see the traffic again. So these are the different traffic started from the beginning, from the association to getting the data model discovery and further enabling the different type of configured reports, and we can able to enable the report control block. Similar way, you can always enable the description to get more clarity, and you can able to enable flexibly the general integration and the reports are received, and you can also able to get the response here for enable for the different type of report that you enable. For example, let me enable another instance. So where I have the double point status. Can able to request for general integration, for inclusion. Can able to go here, and there you can able to see the different type of double point status in the that are part of the report that we have enabled as a response. So you can able to use IEDScout to create the protocol traffic for both client server for MMS in that case, and you can able to go install the sniffer where you are simulating. So there you can able to see the goose control block, the goose protocol traffic here, and you can also able to enable the retransmission, and the goose retransmission can be copied from this level, and you can able to export as I shown before, and you can able to come back to the Wireshark. I can able to stop the capture, and you can able to select one of the bucket, and then you can able to just select Control A, and all the filter that you apply here will be available. Then you can able to select the file menu. There you can able to see the export specific packet. There you can able to pick the selected packets only, and there you can able to save as a PCAP file format. So you can able to say MMS test as per your wish. There you can able to save the PCAP file. So this is how you can able to use IEDScout to create the client server and then the goose protocol traffic within the PC and within two different PC and network, and the same captured PCAP traffic can be used for simulating the real environment or simulated environment to check the different scenarios for your requirement. So that's all from my side. In case if you need more support on how to simulate the MMS and Goose communication protocol, feel free to contact Omicron technical support from the Omicron webpage, where you can able to access the technical support email address. Based on your location, you can able to pick the right technical support region, and there you can able to select the support option, and we'll be happy to support you with the right solution. So here you can able to pick the support line email. Thank you. Take care. Bye.